I want to show you today why so many beginner traders fall into the trap of joining signal groups, getting inside the signal groups, and losing money. They become inconsistent. There could be six, seven, eight trades. They win them, they lose one, and it wipes out their whole account. Right, and you end up blowing account after account, blowing funding challenge after funding challenge. And I want to show you here how you can fix that and how you can start to make consistent profits. Okay. Now, if you're wondering who I am, I'm Michael. I used to be a stockbroker at 17, and I learned a whole bunch about the stock market there. Ever since I fell in love with trading, and last year I made £107,000 from trading alone using my simple three-step strategy. Okay, so what I want to do in this video is walk through, some other signal groups trades. Okay, and then I want to. So I've just added a whole tab of just random signal groups, and then I want to go through mine and show you why. If we can get a 50% win rate, we can still beat the guys that get a 75% win rate, and why 50% win rate is better than a 75% win rate. Okay, so let's go with this one. Okay, you can't copy it. Let me just type it in. Give me a sec. Okay, so I typed the trade in here, and this is the trade from this signal group, right? Now, let's say here, for example, right? They enter at 306.8 and their stop loss is 306.2. The difference between that is 60 pips. Okay, so let's just say £60, right? So if you lose it, you lose £60. Okay, now take profit one. What's the difference between where you enter and take profit one is 20 pips. So you'd make £20 for this trade. Okay, now what about take profit two? The difference between this and this is 40 pips. So let's say you make £40 here. Okay, now what you don't realize is, one, that looks like a terrible trade as it is. But what you don't realize is when you take partials, right? For example, take profit one, take profit two, you're actually making a whole lot less than you actually think you are. Okay. Let's say, for example, you place one lot. Okay. Let's say, for example, you place one lot, right? If we got two take profits, okay, that means when you take profit one, you're closing 50% of the trade off. Okay, 50%. So you're closing 0.5 lots. You're closing 50% of the trade off. Okay, so in this context, for example, you're not actually making £20. You're making £10 because you're taking 50% of the position off. This is how much you'd make if you close the trade straight away, right? The whole trade. But because you're closing 50% off, you're only making a tenner, right? And it's the same with take profit two. Because you've got 50% left, you're not actually making £40, you're making £20. Okay? So all in all, let's say they do really well when every single trade that they win, they hit take profit one and take profit two, right? So all in all, they risk £60 per trade, and the reward they get if they win, and it hits take profit two every time they win, they get £30. Okay, that means that for every £1 they risk, their reward is 0.5 or 50p, for example. Or if they risk £100, their reward when they win is £50. Okay, right. So now that we know that their risk to reward is 1 to 0.5, which basically means for every £100 they risk, their reward is £50. Okay, let's just put that there. For every £100 they risk, their reward is £50. Okay, so I'm going to delete this now, right? Now, what that means is essentially, let's say they place 10 trades, right? And they're risking £100 per trade, and their risk to reward is 1 to 0.5, right? That means that, let's say they have a 75% win rate, okay? 75% win rate, right? Out of 75 wins, right? We do 75 times 50, which is, let me try and do quick maths, is about £3,750. Bit of a math nerd, right? Bit of a math nerd. But if they get 25 losses, Only 25 losses. That means 25 times 100 is £2,500, right? So all in all, over 100 trades, right? If you're risking £100 per trade and you get 100 trades at 75% win rate, then you're only gaining, what's the difference? £1,250. Okay, that is the profit. Okay, that is the profit. Okay, now let's look at one of our trades, for example, right? Let's say, let me go on a picture, let me scroll down, let me go in chat, let me just find a random trade, right? US 30, it doesn't say the buy now price, right? But to put this in comparison, right, our stop loss, our risk to reward is 2. If we copy and paste that, put this over here, if we delete all this, right, that's 75% win rate and that's 50% win rate. Okay, so we have a risk to reward of 1 to 2 or above. Okay, so that means every £100 we risk, our reward is £200. So if you've got 10 trades, £100 risk, and our risk to reward is 1 to 2, right? Let's say we get a 50% win rate. Okay, that means we win 50, but we also lose 50. We win 50 and lose 50. We only win 1 out of 2 trades. Okay, now 50 wins times 200 is £10,000. Right? 50 losses times 100 is £5,000. So think about it. We've placed the same amount of trades, 100 trades, right? We're using the same amount of risk, but just because our risk to reward is more, we can get a 25% less win rate, and we're in profit nearly £4,000 more than them with a 50% win rate, right? Let's see with a 40% win rate. Okay, 40% win rate, that means we only win 40 and we lose 60. Okay, so we lose more than we win, right? 40 wins times 200 is 8,000, right? 60 losses times 100 is 6,000, right? So we're in a £2,000 profit, even if we've got a 40% win rate. We're still making more than these guys. We're still making £750 more than these guys when they've got a 50, 60, 70, 35% more win rate than us, right? And the reason that we have a 1 to 2 risk to reward is because for my trades, right, I'll enter here, I'll put my stop loss here, and my take profit up here, and I don't take partials, right? I've tested it over 3 years, and since being a stockbroker, I've realized that this is, the best way to make money when the risk to reward is higher. That I don't take any partials. I let it run till the full take profit, right? And I don't even set my trade to break even. You might be thinking, what the hell, you're mad. I've tested it over 3 years. We make more money if I don't set it to break even, right? I've tested these things. I've tested the maths, I've tested the trades, and over 3 years I make more money, right? So we can get a 40% win rate while they get a 75% win rate, and we're still more profitable. I don't know what to say, really. Does this not show you that these trades are not making you money, right? They're not making you any money, okay? And this was factored in that every single trade that they won hit take profit 1 and take profit 2. What are the odds of that? They might hit take profit 2, I don't actually know, maybe 60, 70% of the time. You guys will know better than me, right? But let's even say it's 80% of the time. You're almost breaking even or losing money, right? And this is why so many people lose money, because you win a tiny amount. You win a tiny amount. When you lose, boom, right? And that to be this consistent and have, you need an 80, 90% win rate to be even somewhat profitable. And for someone to win 8 or 9 out of 10 trades, Do you know how tough that is? We're humans. We wake up, we might have an argument with our partner. Someone might have clipped our car that day. Someone might have pissed us off that day, right? It's an emotional game. The fact you winning 9 out of 10 trades or 8 out of 10 trades is so unrealistic, okay? And that's why a 50% win rate, even a 40% win rate, is better than a 75% win rate, okay? And that's what I want to show you. And that's why so many people are coming into these groups. They lose money because they're following shit groups, right? Excuse my French, but these are the kind of groups they're following. Why? Because they do the marketing. They show you these huge profits, huge pips. 1,000 pip trade. Who cares, right? Who cares if it's 1,000 pips? Their take profit might be 1,000 pips, but if their stop loss is 2,000 pips, right, then you've got a 0.5 risk to reward ratio. You're risking £2,000, right? You're risking £2,000 to gain £1,000, right? So that's still a 0.5 risk to reward. Pips do not matter. Pips do not matter. Get this, write this on your forehead, stick it on your mirror. Pips do not matter. It's a marketing scheme. Pips do not matter one bit, right? Pips do not matter one bit. And once you get this out of your head, that's when you can start to actually make money, even on a 40% win rate. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want our Signal group, we do have an advanced group. If you want to join, you can. If not, no worries. But the guys smashing it. We made 15% in January with a 100% win rate. Last year we made 7% per month on average. So the guys are killing it. So if you want to join, I'll put the link below. If not, no worries at all. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that.